We're engaged. Awesome.
You're engaged. So remember, as soon as you touch the throttle,
I know.
you roll it slow, it'll creep.
I will. Yeah.
It's going.
I'm gonna go easy. There's the heartbeat. Okay, cool. Thank you.
If you want, you can take a lap around the building first too. Make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah, I think I will. I think I will.
Then you can head out.
All right. Thanks a lot. That's got a weird feeling. That's such a weird feeling.
Yeah, it's something.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How did the guys ride this thing? So I'm gonna go right. Do I just do this to cancel? There you go. All right, so we're in so this is the Harley LiveWire. There's no clutch. There's a regenerative braking thing going on right now. I can't see past my fat arms though on these mirrors. I have to do extenders. Okay, so we're in rain mode. This is the first generation LiveWire. Harley emailed me. Well, their dealer. I mean, it's some list. It's not like I'm important. Someone emailed me and said, "We're doing these LiveWire. It's a week of electric or something this week. Do you want to schedule a thing?" And I replied back and said yes. They recommended I go to Barry, Vermont, to Wilkins, Harley Davidson. And so I emailed that, and Eric, I mean, he got back to me within 30 seconds. It's my style of response time. Got back to me really fast and basically said, "You want to come in tomorrow?" And I said yes. So, yeah, we're at Wilkins Harley Davidson. We are in rain mode. I'm going to change this over to normal road mode. Okay. Oh, holy shit! All right, that was fun. I'm not going to do sport mode. I'm not one of those kind of guys. So now it gives me a little bit of a throttle indicator right there on the bottom of the screen. I've got a 60% charge with a 59-mile range. I mean, the last person that rode this was probably really aggressive. The blinkers are Harley blinkers. Everything about this is very Harley-esque, except for the fancy TFT we have here. It's definitely it's a sport bike riding mode. You've got your feet tucked away behind you. Not as far back as like an S1000RR, but very S1000R-esque as far as your feet placement, like a Gixxer. You've got your crotch into the fake fuel tank, and then you've got you're hunched forward for sure. That's a weird steering. It's a little boaty on that steering there. I'll have to get used to that. But man, this thing is really, really fast. If I turn this off, it's regenerating. It shows actually a green little leaf for the regeneration. And I mean, holy shit! Fuck! I mean, it's a very aggressive rake here. I mean, it's yet when I try to turn in, I've got to turn the handlebars a little bit. I can't do the normal push in or turn. It really. I wonder if I go in a little bit more sport position. How does that impact things? I got really have a turn here. As far as the handlebar wobble, it's minimal. There is cruise control, I think. I honestly don't know what the modes are here. But no clutch. No clutch. How's the braking feel, by the way? It's a lot of dive. So let's see here. So let's go normal. Let's do a front and rear brake. I'm not going to try to lock up the brakes because it has ABS. It does have Harley's Defense Rider system built into it. So if I hit the brakes here, front and rear, oh, that's going to rip your teeth off, and then you go, oh my God. Are you guys watching that speedometer? Oh my God, guys. That is something insane right there. That's a lot of fun. I gotta go right to zero now. By the way, I gotta be clear with you guys. in about 2 years, if this ride was 2 years from now, and Harley supported level 2 charging on this thing, I'll go into that later. Well, you can look it up yourself. They supported level 2 charging on this thing, and it had a 200-mile range, and it was 2 years from now, I would buy one of these. So there you go, Harley. There's your recommendation from BMW Adam. I would definitely sell the K75. Whoa, yeah. See that? So this turn in here, it wants to stay straight. It wants to track straight, which is a really weird. To be hunched over and it wanting to track straight is a little bit weird for me, because the suspension's very harsh. This feels like it rides in a straight line as if you want to go to a track. But then this turn in here, I'm going to go super slow here, so I'm not really relying on the inertia very much. I'm relying on my maneuvering of the bike. If I give it gas and I push, it wants to track back straight pretty much immediately. And that's got to be just the rake of this steering. He told me to go to a BP and turn around. I'm actually, I forgot my camera. I'm actually going to take a couple of, I'm going to do a walk around here without them hunching over me. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're coming to a stop, so we're going to hold the brakes in here. All right. We basically put this button right here, goes into yellow, and then I'm going to leave it on. I'm not going to turn it off. So let's get this kickstand down. Let's do a walk around. It's a cute little bike. It's a 500-pounder. But it looks super cute because that tail end is very flat track cafe racer kind of tail end. I mean, nothing back there at all. There's really no connection there for luggage. Even though one of the Harley guys has a GV rack on his. He married something up. We do have some preload and high-low compression there. When you let off the throttle, if you're in road or eco mode, it will brake when regenerative braking kicks in. You've got pegs here for your 94-pound, 5'2" girlfriend. Your LED headlight. Looks like a 17-inch front wheel, maybe a 15-inch front wheel. It's a very small front wheel. And then the rest of this is all battery. It's all battery. Huh. All right, well, let's turn around and go home. And then here's your thing here. You've also got the same compression things here as well. Okay, so this comes up. We press this on. It's booting up. Now you're yellow. Now what you do, you just hold this right here and you press start. Now you're green. Now it's on. You're going to feel a rumble in your butt, just letting you know. There it is. It's a haptic butt massage that basically tells you, hey, I'm running. Because when you twist the grip, you're going. That's it. So all you have are really three controls. Throttle, front brake, and then you've got a rear brake lever back here. Everything else is all dedicated to the charging and operation of this bike. It's belt driven. You can see that. Let's actually go. I'm going to stay in road mode. But as far as the modes go, you've got road, sport, rain, and eco. I'm staying in road mode. It's weird that your only noise is a minor hum that's either fake or real, and then you've got the tire noise. It's weird to have just tire noise. Yeah, that's a super weird feeling, actually, to hit that speed without any sort of. And you guys are all gearheads, so you understand. But like, there's no fueling surge. There's no increase in torque as you increase RPMs. The torque is instant. No shifting required. There's no peak torque. There's no fall off at higher RPMs. You are receiving 100% of this bike's power at zero, RPM or whatever you want to call it, zero throttle. And it's a pretty weird feeling, actually. I mean, if that was a cop there, I would have gotten a speeding ticket. It's a 30-mile-an-hour zone, and I hit 55 basically in an instant. And the thing is, you've got to. I mean, it's very much like a leader bike. You have to, in those corners, you've got to really get your angle right there, because you're pushing that front wheel around the corner with a lot of torque, whether you mean it or not. It makes me kind of want to ride a Zero DSR, the Black Forest DSR, because it would be very similar to this, but with a neutral riding position. They've got to add level 2 charging to this. They have to. We've got about 30 or 40 of those in the state. Some public, some pay, and they have got to add that as a function, because without that, this is going to be a bike that you can only ever go 75 miles from home with, and then come back home. And I guess there's no storage. It's a sporty seating position. You're crouched. So, you know what? 75 miles each way, or 125 mile day, 130 mile day. That's a good day on the LiveWire. You're going to be pretty tired. So, okay, never mind. I would prefer, obviously, that they do a couple things. So Adam, 2 years from now, is going to buy one of these. In 2 years, I would like a 200-mile range maximum, so 150 if you're really hooning on it. I would like the long way up style of riding, spoked wheels, more neutral pegs, higher handlebars, windscreen, dual sport tires with tubes, a bit longer suspension travel, a bash plate, some not crash bars, but just at least, the scraper bars, whatever you call them, scraper things. If they could do that and add level 2 charging and keep the price about the same, that is a regular R1200 GS killer. Regular, not a GSA. GSA is going to be that 400 mile range, which they physically can't do right now with better battery technology. They've shoehorned this battery in here. But here's the thing, guys. If you've got the cash and you have a touring bike, and if you're like me and you have a dual sport, you've got an enduro and you've got a touring bike, this is a fantastic commuter. You could ride this every single day to and from work, to the bar, to the restaurant, even across town, or 2 or 3 cities over to go shopping. This bike is fantastic for that. I mean, it's a fun bike. The fact that this has a Harley, insignia on this with the what do they call it, the badge of honor thing, that's irrelevant. This feels like the most non-Harley I could ever imagine, and I would absolutely love to have one of these. Not if it was cheaper, but I need a different riding position. I need a little more comfort. I need more range, and this is wow. This is a fun little bike. All right, I'm at the place here, so I'm gonna roll through. But guys, I'm pretty blown away right now. This is that was a lot of fun. Seriously. Where would you like it?
Video's good. Perfect.
I need to get a couple pictures if you don't mind.
No, I don't see why not.
So to turn it off, I turn this button here. Oh, that's it. Just put the kickstand down.
You put the kickstand down, and it'll take a second to disengage and shut down. And
okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. We're home at 7:30. Got a little bit of rain coming over there. So that was awesome. That was cool. Nothing really changed. I got to say, the dealer experience really good. The salesperson was really nice. You know, super respectful to my kind of boundaries and my opinions. I gave him my thoughts on it. As far as the no, I mentioned to you guys. I did told him all that. He did confirm that Harley has universal risers, and so they have risers for that would bring the bars on and back a little bit. He did say that, you know, Mustang and other companies are putting on aftermarket seats, if not already, so a higher seat's an option. He couldn't confirm anything about lowered pegs, but he did say, you know, hey, check the internet, look at this stuff. He had a great idea, and I think he's right. I mean, it's not, again, a 2-year plan for me, but as sites like Twisted Road grow and riders share, purchasing a LiveWire outright and commuting on it and renting it out for $200 a day would absolutely, that's weird, 57 miles on this road, would absolutely make it possible to make money with this thing. It would be 150 rentals to pay it off, basically, on Twisted Road. And it's not a bad idea, really, to rent it out for $200 a day over the course of 5 years and pay it off that way. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. Sorry, my thing is fogging up. I really enjoyed riding that, but I also enjoyed on the GS being able to sit back and have my feet below me straight down and not behind me like this, where the passenger foot pegs on this thing are. The range anxiety on that thing will be real. And so if I made the bike more comfortable for a man of my stature, I would then be completely at the mercy of the electric range. So basically what they're doing right now is the deal they're running is Harley still gets $2,500 back for the federal tax rebate for being an EV. So that's there. In addition to that, Harley is doing a thing where they're adding $2,000 to any trade-in. So any bike, as long as it's titled and runs, you know, not Clash for Clunkers, but it needs to be a sellable bike. Like the K75, for example, is worth $1,000 or $2,000. Harley will give the dealer, reimburse the dealer $2,000 on top of what the trade-in's worth for the customer. So basically, the deal is buy the bike for $30,000 is MSRP, $2,500 back as a federal rebate. So you're at $27,500. Another $2,000 back on any trade-in you give them. So that brings you down to $25,500. And then keeping in mind the fact that the 5-year operating cost is basically nothing, because he says that every 10,000 miles you got to change the coolant, which you can do, and then basically just check the belt, check the brakes, and then check the tires, and do brake fluid every couple of years as needed. And that's your maintenance. So he's right. An R9T and an R18, those bikes are going to need about roughly $600 a year in maintenance if you're going to a dealer, and this will not need that. True, totally true. So you know, it's the one thing I have known about electric vehicles, and it may apply to bikes, is that electric vehicles depreciate much faster too, because the battery wear and tear. The battery will eventually fade. So I told him, get me one of these that I can fit. Get me one of these with a 200-mile range, and I would consider it. I was honest with him about that. That looks nasty, doesn't it? That looks so nasty. Oh. All right, well, we're going to the interstate now, which is Boring City. One last thing I want to tell you guys is that if all goes well, Saturday, 2 days from now, I'll be on this bike. And you'll next see me around 4 o'clock in the morning, because I'm going to get on this bike. Oh, fuck you. And I'm going to ride this thing 1,000 miles and get my Iron Butt Association accreditation. So, stay tuned. That's all. Thanks guys for watching. I'm going to ride in some rain right now. Should be fun. Ciao. Thanks for watching. Seriously, go ride a LiveWire this week. They're practically giving them away. Just $30,000.